Good morning. Welcome to Advisory. Today, we are going to continue our conversation about training your brain with the growth mindset. So, what happens when people go to the gym and they work out, right? Their muscles are getting stronger, right? Their bodies become strong, their muscles grow. And that is the same thing that happens with your brain. So, and it changes every time you use it. So, today, we're going to talk a little bit more about, the negative self talk, how to reframe things to be more positive. Okay, so in the past couple lessons, we've talked about the focusing on positive thinking, right? We all think negatively from time to time, right? Whether it be about ourselves, be about other people, whatever that is, it happens to all of us, right? But you can learn how to turn negative thinking into positive. So the process is simple, but it takes time and practice. So you're creating a new habit after all. So it's going to take some time. Again, that's where you have to be patient with yourself. So here's some different ways to think and behave in a more positive and optimistic way. So these are the steps you take. Okay, so first identifying areas to change, okay? So if you want to become more optimistic and engage with the positive thinking, first you want to identify the areas in which you typically think negatively, right? So it might be about your relationship or one of your friendships or about school or about homework, whatever that is, you could start small and focus on one area at a time to approach and start approaching that in a more positive way. Okay. You check yourself. So throughout the day, stop and evaluate what you're thinking. Okay. So if you find that things are negative, try to find a more positive spin. Okay. So checking yourself is putting yourself in the moment saying, oh, I'm thinking negatively. How can I reframe this? Okay, so be open to humor. Give yourself permission to smile, laugh. Don't take life too seriously. Okay, when you can laugh at life, you will feel less stressed. Okay, follow a healthy lifestyle. So aim to exercise for about 30 minutes on most days of the week. You can break it up into 10-minute chunks, but again, exercise can positively affect your mood and reduce stress. Okay, and then the healthy diet that helps to fuel your mind and your body. Okay, surround yourself with positive people. That's what the last lesson we talked about growth and fixed mindsets and the people around us that have growth mindsets. Those are those positive people in our lives that impact us in a positive way. Some people are impacted or affected by other people's moods and energies more than others. I myself, someone that is very, very much impacted by the people around me because I'm always thinking about how other people are feeling all the time. So if I'm around someone who's super negative, I can feel myself starting to feel really low. And I sometimes even fall into the habit of acting negatively myself. Okay. So surrounding yourself with people who are positive will be more likely to impact us in a positive way, right? So practice positive self-talk. Okay, this is the last one. So start by the simple rule. Don't say anything to yourself that you wouldn't say to someone else, right? We are harder on ourselves than we are on anybody else. Okay, so be gentle to yourself. If a negative thought enters your mind, evaluate it and then respond with affirmations of what's good about you, right? So think about the things that you're thankful for. Think about the things that you're good at and that you like about yourself. We could all definitely 100% find things that we don't like about ourselves, right? That's what we focus on. That's just our nature, right? So the idea here is to take these things into account to help you learn how to turn negative thinking into positive thinking. Okay. So, with that, here's some negative thinking statements that you very well might have said to yourself before and how we can reframe them into positive. So, okay, so negative thinking. I've never done it before. So instead of not trying something new because of the fear of you never having done it, maybe you're not going to be good at this, maybe you're going to fail. All those thoughts start to come into our minds, right? So another way you can look at it is we're just saying it's an opportunity to learn something new. Right? Yeah, maybe you won't succeed when you try out this new thing. but you tried it. And then you can then say, oh, I at least learned something new about myself, that this isn't something that I'm naturally good at, but yet you tried it, and that's a big step. It's too complicated, right? But if you're looking at something and automatically it's too complicated, you're not going to want to do it, right? So if you break it down into smaller pieces, this is something that you can do. This is a step you can take to make it more manageable. So that's a positive way of looking at something that might be too complicated. There's no way it'll work. You can try to make it work, right? So you said to yourself, there's no way this is going to work. Instead of just giving up right then and there, you can try. You can try. So what I want you to do for today's reflection, take some time to speak as maybe with the person next to you, or maybe as a class, depending on however your teacher wants to do it. Maybe you could just reflect in your journals, whatever works for your classroom. Try these 2 negative statements. I'm not going to get any better at this, or I'm too lazy to get this done. So how would you reframe these? So if you tend to have a negative outlook, don't expect to become an optimist overnight, right? So with practice, eventually your self-talk will contain less self-criticism and more self-acceptance. So you may also become less critical of the world around you. So when your state of mind is generally optimistic, you're better able to handle everyday stress in a more constructive way. And then ability may contribute to the widely observed health benefits of positive thinking. So we know there are a lot of benefits of positive thinking. So these are just this is just a way to practice, okay? Share out, take some time to talk about this as a group. How would you reframe, I'm not going to get any better at this? And how would you reframe, I'm too lazy to get this done? What's a positive way to look at these 2 statements? Thanks, guys. Have a great day.